What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Noel Assassin. Today I'm back with the sixth and final video in this Black Ops 3 beta mini-series that I have been doing for you guys over this past week. Thank you to everyone who has checked out the other 5 videos so far, and if you haven't seen the others, hop on over to my channel. They're all there for you, nicely set in a playlist, so go check them out. While you're there, do me a solid and smash the subscribe button so you can all see when new videos come out, as the full Black Ops 3 game drops here in 3 days. I thought I was going to do about 7 or 8 of these videos, but with Black Ops 3 only 3 days away, I'm going to need a couple days to rest and recoup and get ready to do some work on Friday. I will have new videos up as soon as I can get them going when the game drops, and I can figure out how my content's going to work going forward. For this final installment in the mini-series, I'm calling it Modes, Mods, Leagues, and the rest, so let's get to it. As far as modes go, I was excited to see many of the fan favorites show up in the beta, including Hardpoint, Kill Confirm, TDM, Dom, Capture the Flag, of course Search and Destroy, and Uplink making a return from Advanced Warfare. I actually thought Uplink was a pretty great idea and made for some very competitive gameplays in Advanced Warfare, one of the few things I actually enjoyed with that game. As you've seen in some of my other videos on this mini-series, I played mostly Dom in the beta to start. I have weird runs where I'll be in a Dom maniac for a while, and then I'll get bored of it and switch over to Kill Confirmed and run solo for a while, or I'll just hop into some Hardpoint and defend the hill for a day. It really varies, so I should have a variety of content for you guys throughout the season. It all really depends on who I'm playing with and if my teammates are OBJ players or just looking out for themselves. I was very interested to see that Treyarch decided to put a 100-point cap on Dom for round 1 to keep people from leaving games so early. This actually worked really great in the beta. The games were usually full all the way to the end, and it was nice to have, 5 teammates there all the way till the end of a Dom game, instead of realizing about 2 minutes in that 3 of your teammates left and it's a 6 versus 3 or 6 versus 2. So the only thing that I'm still 50-50 on is that you can't neutralize a Dom flag. It's either you get it or you don't. I do think that the Dom capture marker does move a bit faster than it did in previous CODs, or maybe it really doesn't. It just seems like it does to me, so it might not really be that big of an issue in trying to cap a flag versus neutralizing it. Demolition is also making a comeback, which takes you back to the good old Black Ops 1 days when people really raged when their team would not defend the bomb. Definitely classic videos that I recall from back in Black Ops 1, and I'm very interested to see some of the gameplays we get out of that game mode. We also got a taste of Safeguard, where you're having to guard the massive bot that you're trying to get across the level. People were getting insane kill counts, and I'm sure that will make for some very interesting videos as well. I'm sure I'll have more to say about the party games, free-for-all, the free-run modes, and everything when the game actually comes out. I haven't played them myself yet, so I don't want to really comment on them and waste your guys' time when we can do that later. Second item, as far as mods, this was actually one of the very interesting things that I've heard of over the past few days. However, I don't know how it will really affect console users like myself on the PS4. They announced it'll be in 2016, maybe like right around March sometime, where PC gamers will get mod tools for maps and so forth to kind of create user-made levels and so forth. I don't know how that's all going to filter down to console, or even if some of that stuff will be made available for console, but that's still like 5 to 6, 4 months or 5 months out into the distance, so we've got a lot of time before that comes out, and I'm sure we'll hear a lot more about it. What I do take from this is that Treyarch wants to be sure that their game survives over the next 3-year span. They just saw the past 2 years of COD pretty much get crushed by the community in many aspects, and they want to get another solid shot at a title in a 3 years down the road, and they're going to need to keep the community active on their game. I'm really not disappointed about this at all. I've said all along that Treyarch is the very best at COD when it comes to developing a game. I absolutely 100% trust in Vandahar and everything that he does for the community. I think he listens better than any other developer from IW or Sledgehammer has done so far. And I really think that Black Ops is going to take us, quite a ways out, not just 1 year time span like we are right now, but into a successive year and maybe a year and a half down the road. So we'll see how everything plays out, but it's all looking good from the start here. For leagues, what I can say is that I was a league grinder back in Black Ops 2. Ghost and AW leagues kind of sucked for me. I really didn't get into them that much. They really weren't entertaining, and I didn't really feel that playing it in AW did much for me. I was thrilled that Treyarch is back with the leagues and that they'll be doing a 1-month test run kind of trial period so that people can kind of get a feel like they did just back in Black Ops 2 when leagues were first introduced. You got that initial week to figure out how the rankings will look and work, how hard you might need to grind to get to a certain level and so forth. So it's going to be very interesting to hop back in there and get busy on that. I look forward to leagues in a huge way this season, and with that I'm absolutely looking for a new team to run with. I haven't played leagues in a couple years, so everybody I used to play with is now gone and doing other things. So it's back on to finding a few people that I can really mesh with and start playing the leagues with. So I'm definitely keeping an eye out for that. For the rest of my thoughts and comments and little random things that I saw in the beta and what I'm most interested in going forward. One of the things that really stuck out to me in the game was the sounds. The guns sounded really great. You could definitely tell when you were on point with the enemy from the hit marker sounds, and the hit detection was very true from my views of the game so far. I think the next-gen consoles really let Treyarch open up this game and gave us everything we've been asking for in past titles and quite a lot of it more. I would like to see some minor changes, specifically one that deals with items that are being thrown at you, like a grenade, for instance. In the beta, the emblem for the grenade was white, and it usually clashed with the background and was difficult to tell what direction the grenade was actually coming from. I died quite a few times because I couldn't move in the correct direction, and I ended up shifting myself into the grenade instead of shifting away from it. I would hope that they add some color to it, whether it be pink, purple, yellow, just something other than white. So Vondahar, if you happen to pass by this video, which I know you probably won't, but maybe somebody will tell you about it, change the color. I do think the robot type sounds were a little excessive at times. I did like hearing when I took out a specialist because I knew it was one less extra ability that the other team had that I didn't have to keep an eye out for any further. Another thing that I know they won't take out, but here's to wishful thinking, is the rejack capability. I said it in one of my other videos, but it's pretty much the most wussy way to make your way around the map. Take your death like a man or woman in some cases and get back in the game from a normal spawn point and try to do better the next time. I won't ever be using rejack during the game. Don't ever plan on seeing me use it. It's just not my style. I don't believe in it, so I will be using other specialists and keeping that one aside. Since I won't be using this rejack, I hope you guys find that my game plays to be true skill and ability, since I primarily get high kill counts with most gun kills and some kill streak use. It's easy for someone to say that they racked up 80 kills in a game when they call in like 4 rates or 3 motherships and just hammer kids for 4 or 5 minutes without really doing anything, maybe just hiding in a corner. I really plan to show you guys that playing the game is fun and can be rewarding when you watch closely at what others are doing and learn from their techniques and ways that they handle different situations. Even if Black Ops 3 is a newer COD for you, it's not impossible to learn or be good at. If you put some time in, play as a good teammate, and learn your environments and capabilities, I'm sure you're going to find good success. One thing I think will absolutely improve everyone's game is learning the basic spawn systems. Even though it seems complicated, there's only so many spawn points that can be built into every map. Even though there's a lot of game types, stick with the game types that you really enjoy and learn where people are spawning or where you're spawning just to kind of get an idea of how it is. Knowing the spawn points is not only good for yourself, but if you can tell your teammates where somebody may have just spawned, it just gives your team that much more of a capability of winning the match, and improving your stats. So my final piece of advice for Black Ops 3 community is do not camp. Camping is a weak way of being in the game, but not truly being in the game. You're never going to learn how to take care of yourself in tough situations if you're always looking for something to hide behind. Remember, it's just a video game and you are personally not dying in real life. It's only a game character. You're going to play thousands of hours and thousands of different game matches in Black Ops 3 in the next year or even the next year plus. So go out, find out what works for you, and learn to use the guns and maps to your advantage. I can't say my playstyle will fit everyone, but I think everyone can learn a thing or two from me, just like I learned from other gamers that I continue to follow to this day. Keep checking back for more content from me throughout the season. I'll be as regular as I possibly can be with my uploads, and if you guys have any suggestions or ideas, things you'd like to see me do, definitely feel free to leave it in the comments. I love interacting with the community, and I'll absolutely respond to you to the best of my ability. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and let's get this Black Ops 3 party season started. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll catch you on my next video when the full game is out. Take it easy.